And so, before we begin, I would like to admit that I'm a little starstruck because I've been listening to you guys for like almost a decade. Like,
Oh my gosh!
yeah,
Yeah, right from the start. Jeez.
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah, like when I traveled with the Renaissance Festival for a little bit, and one of the only CDs I had in my handful of collections was a burned copy of Here Goes Nothing, and so yeah, so I listened to it, like I listened to you guys so much, and then after I got off the road, I was like, oh wow, these guys, I have internet access. These guys are still making music, and I've been so I've been a fanboy for a while, just getting that out of the way.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm going to talk to you guys about the coronavirus and how you guys have been dealing with the pandemic and the apocalypse and all that. So when you guys first heard the news, like what were your initial thoughts when people started talking about the coronavirus?
Well, my mom, she's kind of like on top of things like before everyone else. So she was like freaking out, being like, this is gonna be huge. And I was like, I kind of brushed it off. I went out to New York and I visited my partner, and then like coming back to Texas, it kind of all like hit us, and I was like, oh my God, my mom was right. And so I pretty much packed up my place in a day and moved everything out to New York before like the full shutdown went down. So
yeah, I was on tour with Escape from the Zoo, and we're out in I think Vegas was the last show we played on that tour, and we kind of thought it was, we were like, oh, it's like the flu. Like, we'd been on tour, so we hadn't been keeping up with everything, and we didn't understand the severity of the situation. And then April from Apes of the State was the first one. I think they like canceled their tour, and I was like, that seems kind of rash and then I started looking into everything, and I was like, oh shit, that makes a lot of sense, because especially since our next few shows on that tour, we were going through like the reservations and stuff, and we didn't want to like we were just in California, which is like a huge hot spot for it. Like, we were in was it San Francisco, where that boat docked, that was like the cruise ship that had like a bunch of people on it with coronavirus.
Oh yeah.
When that docked, we were in the city that it docked, and we're like, we definitely
in LA.
Yeah. So we're like, let's just cancel the rest of the shows and go home. And so, like, since mid-March, we've just been at my folks' place out in outside of Houston. That's my parents, my wife, my sister, and her partner.
Yeah, and it's been really cool to see how people are really actually taking this seriously, because there's definitely a group that isn't. But to hear, like, it's a real as someone who loves going out to shows, it's a huge bummer to hear like, oh well, all of our shows are canceled for the foreseeable future. But at the same time, it's like mad respect, because you're taking it seriously when people's lives are on the line. So your fans appreciate it.
I remember that first week, like, I would just like wake up and check my email, and it would just be another show and another show. I would just like wake up, like it was my routine. I just woke up and just screamed. I was like, fuck, and then just would go back to sleep for another 5 hours, and then like same thing every time I woke up. I was like, oh my God, my life. I had like this existential like I don't know, breakdown, because like our whole lives are on the road. Like,
yeah,
I don't think that people are like, oh, y'all tour all the time. It's like, yeah, but that's like our entire existence. So doing that for 10 years, and then you're like, that's gone, and then you're like stuck in one place for more than 2 weeks. Your brain kind of like shifts into like this really, I don't know, for me at least, it went into like this really dark place where I was like, I don't know how to do this. So like mentally I had to kind of readjust everything in my life and the way that I present, like doing just regular things, to I guess accommodate the pandemic.
Yeah, because I mean, your guys' lyrics are all about like, you know what's awesome? Not being fucking stuck in one place.
I know.
Yeah. That stagnancy that we're having to deal with now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we spent a decade yelling about how terrible it is, and now we're forced to deal with it.
Yeah.
Finally.
I'm thriving. I found
Yeah.
out.
Good.
Finally. I'm just like getting, I mean, I love doing my job. Like not only is my job like writing music and doing like that, but managing our band. I forgot how much I love organizing things and like doing emails constantly and like always having
Spreadsheets
something to
abound.
do. I know. So I'm kind of like, once I got used to, I was like, okay, you actually have time to do your giant like master list. And it's been awesome.
I know. I saw on your Facebook page. You're like, oh, there's not enough time now.
I know. It's like, oh no.
What would you guys say is like the biggest hit you've taken? Because I know a lot of people are really like bummed out about folk shit up, but like,
Yeah.
like how's it affected like your guys's besides throwing your tour schedule off? Like what's
We
hit
were
you
supposed
guys?
to go on tour with no effects.
Yeah.
It's like the one year that we have like
That's
our
so bad,
year.
so terrible.
I
Yeah,
know,
of course.
it's like-
That's like a dream come true. That NoFX has to go on tour, and then the planet shut down. So of course,
I know. It's like, joke's on you, Days and Daze.
Your
Fuck
little-
you.
Yeah.
It's like,
poor little
okay.
punk heart.
Yeah.
right, just shattered.
But
Such
have
is
they?
life.
Has there been talk about so if shows are getting canceled, are there talks about just like pushing shows back or just completely rescheduling? Like, is there a
Yeah.
attack plan?
Yeah.
The
Everything's still
pumpkin.
happening, just later.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, good.
So yeah, Pumpkin Droplets Europe is gonna be happening next May instead of this May. We were actually, is it the 7th? Tomorrow we were supposed to fly to Austria.
Oh shit.
We had our tickets booked and everything.
That's so sad.
I know.
That's
If you
terrible.
saw my calendar, everything's just crossed out. I was like, fuck that shit. No.
Never mind. Well, shit. Like, so have you guys been like, because a lot of people I see you guys are doing the live streaming of your guys' performances. How's that been going? Because I feel like it's got to be really weird going from a band that plays in front of people all the time to having an audience that's just hitting that like button 100 times. Like,
Yeah.
like, does it it probably doesn't compare, but like, has it been a good way? Like, do you guys value like it and how it's been keeping you close to your fans and all that?
Yeah, totally.
I was talking to I was doing my friend Sean Reedy's podcast yesterday, and he was asking the same thing, and I told him that it was kind of like a nicotine patch for live shows. Like, it's holding us over, but it's like we need that like hit in the lungs, what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, I miss like hugging people in the pit and like shaking everyone's hands and like the energy that we all feed, we're like feeding off of each other in the same room and stuff. It's so bizarre to go from that to just like
a silent room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I think,
and also I've seen way more of my own face since we've been
right.
stuck inside than I ever wanted to. Like, because like when we were doing these kind of things, like my face was looking back at me through the live streams, looking back at me, and like it just throws me off, and I don't like it.
I think, I mean, oddly enough, it has like, I'm about to do like my 6th like live stream thing on Friday, and at the end of like right before this pandemic, like for some reason, like the past 6 months before that, I started getting like stage fright, and basically just becoming like, my anxiety got so horrible, I guess, that I just would like freeze up on stage, and I was like, I don't know these songs, like I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like having like these dissociative episodes, like just in front of all these people, and it was happening during the live stream. But the more that I've been doing it and seeing kind of the instant like feedback, it has like gained my confidence up again, and I feel like I can like go back on the stage with like everything that I have and kind of, yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. Yeah,
That
that's
is
awesome
cool.
to hear.
You mentioned like the instant feedback thing is really interesting because when you play a live show, maybe like 5 people or something will like comment like a week later and be like, you know, that was a great show, or that
Right.
show is terrible, or
Yeah,
whatever. But
I think that's
it's
what was
really
fucking with
interesting to be
me.
able to see in real time if people hate or like what you're
Yeah.
doing. Also,
I mean, I've seen
the
some
live streams
comments.
have been really yeah, the live streams have been really interesting too because I feel like we've had a lot of room to like experiment with weird stuff that maybe we
Yeah,
wouldn't
totally.
do live, just because we have so much time to like put random shit together. Like we covered an Idol song the other day. That was a blast. But like, when would we ever have time to do that live?
Yeah.
So it's been cool in that
Yeah,
way.
definitely. I'll give you feedback. I saw you guys in Mesa last year, and it was like you had like a kid come up on stage and sing for like most of the set, and I was just like,
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
People
That's so
hated
rad.
that.
yeah, not to sound cliche, but you guys are fucking electric. Like
Monsters.
you guys play like you
People
fucking
are-
turn the house down.
That's one of those shows that I saw like
Thank you
comments
very
that
much,
like
man.
really seeped into my head. But you know what? That little girl, like, that was like her dream, and I would do it again 100 times because that might have ruined
Crushed it.
someone's night, but that made that girl's like whole world. So fuck all the people who hate. I don't even care. Kids to the front for sure.
Made my fucking night. She killed it. That was
She killed
so
it.
rad.
She was like, she came up to me beforehand. She was like, Whitney, can I sing with you? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, I know every single word. I was like, you shouldn't do that, but I'll go ahead.
Where are your parents? I came here on the
I
bus.
know.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, shoot, like, is there anything else you guys have been doing to supplement your free time, like your exorbitant amount of free time? Of course, that we all have.
No free time.
Yeah.
There are no
It is
free
really
times.
strange to say, but I think I've been busier since we've been stuck at
Same.
home than I ever
Yeah.
have been on the road.
Absolutely.
It's really
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Same. Yeah. I've like.
You go first.
Okay. I've been volunteering at a food pantry lately, and I've been working on my solo, doing a billion interviews and keeping up with all of like the new release stuff, dealing with all the legal stuff for Days and Daze. I've been renovating my apartment. What else?
All of it.
I cooked for myself today. It was frozen, but I still did it.
Yeah.
I've not been quite as productive as that's kudos. You're
Oh my
killing it.
God, Jesse, I am just like filled. Like the mania hit me, and I am like, I am annoying.
I've just been writing mainly. I picked up a few projects that I'm doing with other people that I've been working on. I've been like streaming Dark Souls and painting miniatures and a bunch of nerd shit like that. But
Yes, I started drawing handmade postcards.
Relaxation time. There you go. You gotta have hobbies, right?
So I was.
Do you know? Oh, I bought a Sudoku book. It's coming in tomorrow.
Oh, D&D.
Like, is that? Were you a Dungeons and Dragons nerd beforehand, or did somebody say, like, you know, it'd be funny, all of these letters match up? Yeah.
Well, I've always been into like like fantasy stuff and gaming, but I'd never played D&D until buddy Ray suggested that we play, and we decided to record it, and it was such a blast. I really want to keep that campaign going. We still haven't finished it.
I know.
Maybe we could Zoom it. You can like record on this, right?
Yeah. A lot like live streaming Dungeons and Dragons is a big thing these days for sure.
You just have to tell me when, because I legitimately I plan out. Do you want to see? This is crazy. I'm a crazy person. No, I have so many lists. It's like my entire existence is just lists on lists on lists. Hold on.
Do you have a tell you which list to get to?
What?
You have a
list
list that tells you which list you need to go to?
I'm so excited. I just made this one the other day. See, this one's not even in my planner. This is just every day.
That's so rowdy. Oh my God.
No.
There's
gosh.
there's nothing like
And then
titles
here's
of
like
everything's gonna be. There's nothing
all
more
of my
fun
stuff.
to do.
It's just like a
Nothing more punk than lists and
Yeah.
organization.
Yeah.
And scheduling your life out. I wrote my
Yeah.
to-do list on my arm with a Sharpie yesterday. So you're doing great.
I just feel bad because I'm like, I forwarded you an email, Jesse, and then it's like 10 emails. I'm like,
All right,
It's good.
so
Keep me busy. Keeps my head on straight.
yeah.
to finish things out, let's talk about how fucking awesome your new album is. Featuring the rated Goodbye Lulu Part 2 with the hidden track at the end that's a throwback to an old rap group. Yeah, like it slaps. Like that's all I have to say. It fucking slaps. Like
Thank you so much. I really
Thank
appreciate it.
you.
and
We were abnormally, no, we were always nervous when we released something, but I think it was extra nervousness because new people would listen to it. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be people being like, oh, I like this band, so I'm going to listen to this. It's like this whole different demographic where it's like, I hate this kind of music, but I'm going to listen to it because I like the label.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
We put a few songs on there that I really wasn't sure what the reaction would be like Saboteurs I thought was kind of weird, and even the title track, Show Me the Blueprints, is like a little more like screamies, black metalies than we've gotten in the past, and that's easy to cover up. Like we can do like heavy stuff when it's like more lo-fi because it covers up kind of the imperfections, but everything was so clear.
I
that
think
I
it like rounds out like I mean, we usually do albums that are like 18 songs long.
Yeah.
For some reason. And I think how we narrowed it down, being like, I don't know, I think it just is like all around a good representation of who we are as people and as like a band. And
yeah, and a huge shout out to Mike on that front, because if it were up to us, that album would have been 16 songs long.
17, because I had that like 4-minute long spoken word.
Yeah, we had 2 spoken word tracks. He was like, okay, look, this is great and everything, but like, let's just, let's carve it down. We'll keep those recordings and let's use that in the future.
Yeah.
In retrospect, that's such a good idea. So
yeah. We're all about the wild card, but like, yeah, that would have been a little much.
Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, definitely. Like, can't wait to hear all. That's like a teaser. Like, there's a whole like 10 songs that we don't get to hear yet.
Yes.
Well, awesome. All right, so I have 2 more questions before we sign off. Number 1, Jesse. So you've been playing like Dark Souls, Bloodborne, and the new stupid hard game Shakira Hips Don't Die. Do you consider
I would play that.
That's incredible. Someone's got to make a mod for Sekiro now. That'd be incredible.
Do you think that other musicians who don't play these super difficult games are casuals?
Yeah, a bunch of fucking casuals, a lot of them. Just, oh, you go play your banjos. I'll be over here, just slaying abyss walkers and shit. It's all good.
Yeah.
I got it. I mean, Dark Souls holds a really close place in my heart because when I quit drinking, that was like the game that helped me quit.
Yeah.
I think it's like the whole idea behind it is with like patience and perseverance, you can overcome any obstacle in your way, and that really helped me in that time in my life. So yeah, all jokes aside, if you're having trouble, you should try Dark Souls. I think it's very therapeutic for me. It might just piss you the fuck off. You might hate it, but
I broke a couple
help me out.
controllers playing Dark Souls. I'm not gonna lie.
I can definitely see that. Understandable.
I beat them all except for Shakira because that one's harder.
I haven't beat it either. I can't get past like Nichiro, like the first boss, and it just keeps kicking my ass. Like a month straight, I've been trying.
Well, we're all looking forward to your upcoming book, The Empathy of Dark Souls and How It Led Me to Society.
Yeah. I'll write an essay and I'll shoot it.
You should do that.
If you scroll down on my Facebook posts, I actually, like a year ago, I did write like a pretty beefy paragraph about it.
A beefy paragraph?
That's a thick paragraph.
That's a pretty descriptive word, a beefy paragraph.
I'm just saying that's like one of those words that I didn't know I didn't want to hear, but now I know.
Lengthy?
Yeah.
It was a moist, beefy paragraph, Vinny, okay?
It's not a lengthy, beefy, moist paragraph.
Just dripping off the page.
That's awful.
Jesse, you need to get out of the house.
I know.
Right. I have just one more question for you guys before we sign off. What does Fat Mike smell like?
Not as bad as we did when we met him. He smelled fine to me. Like, I'm kind of nose.
Honestly, I think I lost my sense of smell like years ago.
I was gonna say, I think we're all nose blind from like when we had the ship machine and it was just
totally.
I
mean, it's like you like survive. You have to adapt to survive. So that's so I don't know. I've never smelled them.
If you're in this business long enough, you get immune to punk smell. Got it.
I guess so, yeah. That's
all
just
right.
background smells.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys. Yeah, thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, like I said, like I've totally been freaking out this whole time because I'm fanboying hardcore, but but yeah, like so two things. I wrote a book. This is all like post stuff, but I wrote a book and it's a fantasy book and you guys are in it and you guys are you are goblins and you sing Muddy Knees.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, that's fucking fantastic!
I love that.
And yeah, it's self-published on Amazon and shit. Huh?
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's called Hellcat. It's the nerd shit. Like, I can send you. I'm all about it when we're done for sure. And
oh yeah.
Also, my main podcast is called Counterculture Media, and it's all about subcultures and countercultures and stuff. And this Sunday, I'm doing an episode on like magic, like chaos magicians and all that stuff. And I'm going to use lyrics from Nine on the Bortles to describe how people love astrology so much because we can't see the stars anymore like our ancestors could.
That's sick.
Yeah. I just want to let you guys know, like, you guys are like a huge inspiration to me, and I just wanted to
please.
You guys.
I'm in desperate need of any art.
I think your phone cut out.
I've been every Zoom like interview that we do. I just like I take a screenshot of Jesse every time he's like.
You can, because I'm.
It's a Jesse.
As fuck over here.
Okay, he's bored. Jesse.
All right. I'm glad
once this is all over, I'm just gonna have like a whole like photo album of just Jesse frozen on the screen because it's always like really good. Sorry.
I'll get a print screen right now. That's just.
I'm so sorry about that.
It's okay. Oh.
Where'd you go?
Still hear me? My internet is fucking crashing, but Whitney, do not compile the screenshots.
Oh, I got it. It's already in like its own special folder in my phone.
Yes.
I have this whole series. Also, it's called the Jesse series, and it's just like me taking pictures of Jesse when he doesn't notice, being bummed out at shows, just staring off in the distance. He's always like he'll be playing a game and just not even be playing it, just staring off.
Yeah, I'll be the first one to vote that we make these public for sure.
So good.
Oh, and speaking of which, this is going to come out podcast format, like all over the place. But do you mind if I also take the Zoom recording and put it on YouTube?
Yeah, I don't care.
Sure.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah.
YouTube. Okay.
Tim is starting to get pretty pissed at me. I think he's gotta go outside, so I'm gonna take him to the bathroom. He's whining at me.
Thank you so much for talking to you guys. Yeah, I'll keep
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Bye.
Bye.